Hello, and welcome to Blasters and Boomsticks with your host Dan and Grant. How you doing, mate?
I am very, very good.
You know, got a bit sniffly.
I am very, very good.
It's his life model decoy. Call it grunt. Today
I
we're
am
doing.
very, very good.
Today, guys, we're doing the Unholy. It's a new film. Just come out very recently. It's about a girl who inexplicably gains the power to heal the sick after a supposed visitation from the Virgin Mary. As word spreads and people flock to witness her miracles, a disgraced journalist visits the small New England town to investigate. Ooh. Ooh. Grant, the Unholy.
I'm just looking at the IMDb rating at the moment. It's on 5.1 out of 10. And at the side, you get your rating, and mine's 3 out of 10. And I thought, it's only 3 out of 10 because my finger caught 3. Otherwise, it'd be much lower. This is one of the worst horror films/films I have witnessed. I think I've actually lost 5 years off my life from watching this. I am not kidding. It is so bad. It's actually quite funny for me to recommend you guys watch it. All kidding aside, you've got Jeffrey D. Morgan as the main character.
Yep.
Great actor, very charismatic. When anything in front of him is happening supernatural, it's almost like he's looked at his bread bin and gone, fuck, I've got 2 slices left. We've got William Sadler, great character actor, wasted. Kerry Yules or Yuval, however you pronounce his name, wasted.
Not We've got wasted.
No, well, I hope he was, because I wanted him to have some fun. No, it's poor, is what I can say. What about you? Did you like it?
Yeah, you know, I was okay with it. It was so generic and so run of the mill, and it was hyped up for so long. It was just this massive hype train for it, and everyone's like, "Oh, they know it's coming out. They know it's coming out." It's supposed to be one of the big releases post pandemic when the cinema started opening, so everyone sort of was on about flocking out to see it, and it was just so middle of the road. I just felt like I'd seen so much of it before. And like you said, that the problem with the cast is he's got such a great ensemble cast, especially for a first time director. It managed to assemble a great cast, but just doesn't manage to do anything with them. And it's not like, even if they're more than capable to hold their own even without direction, but he doesn't. You could argue that, or maybe he's not like George Lucas. He's not an actor's director. That's fair. Some people like Spielberg is an actor's director. George Lucas isn't. Evan Spiliotopoulos isn't a director because
end of show.
Yeah, it's let's say it doesn't. There's no camera movement. There's no everything's so static and it's like
film school. When you watch your stuff back and you go and you like it looks amateur and you go, yeah, what is that? And then when as we went through like learning film and stuff like that, you start to think, yeah, there's no movement, there's no energy. It's just stood there, and people are like, it's theatre.
Yeah,
with a really dodgy camera, and this is the same. There's no movement, no energy, and it comes across really shambolic. Like they said, it comes across as low budget.
It's like it's almost like the DP went, "Oh, should we have a dolly for that?" And he's gone, "Dolly? I don't play with girls' toys."
I haven't got time for that. I'm spelling my surname this afternoon.
But yeah, there's no sort of it's so blah. And I kind of, I stuck with it for the story, to see it through. I think it had one moment where I was like, all right, yeah. Where they but I'd seen, it was a shot that I'd seen a couple of times, basically with the sort of Mary figure at the end of the the bottom of the stairwell where the motel is. It's there and it's not, but we've seen that all in the Conjuring series, and it's just everything had been done so much better. And this is without even getting into the plot. Going straight into it, it's held together by a almost bored Jeffrey Dean Morgan,
Yeah.
and it shouldn't it should never be that way. I mean, we're going to the story. We've got Alice. She's deaf. Um, she comes out of church. Her dad's William Sadler. He's the priest. Um, this Jeffrey D. Morgan. Sorry, that Jeffrey D. Morgan is sent because he believes that satanic cult has been marking a cow or something like that. He's like working for that. It's a bit like the National Enquirer. He's formerly working at a large newspaper.
Or BuzzFeed today.
Yeah, we've got this covered. Um, and he turns around and he's like, he doesn't have a story when he gets there. It's just, it's all bullshit. So he just happens to see this spooky looking tree in the middle of this field and finds a doll and buried underneath it. And the farmer tells him that these dolls were there to keep places sacred, or it's sort of like floating the misinformation. It's not entirely sure what he's on about. So Jeffrey D. Morgan finds out it might have housed a spirit. He breaks it. Well, we've got a story now. Let's take some pictures. That sets off a chain of events where the Alice, the deaf girl, she sees a visitation of what she believes to be Mary, who gives her healing powers. She goes, healing the sick. Big mass hysteria, mass media. Everyone's not sure what to do about it, and it turns out it's not quite that. And it, on paper, you think, oh great, it's a faith-based horror. It's you think, oh, doing the healing thing. Why is it doing the healing thing? What's it want? Is it is it a bit like Needful Things, where it's going to give you what you want but take something else? And but it goes nowhere, and there's a massive overuse of CGI. There's some scenes that Jeffrey D. Morgan looks at a place in the woods and it turns red. It's like putting a red gel filter over everything.
Oh, great, terrible.
There's no subtlety to it whatsoever. They don't hold anything back. It's all there for you to see, and it's like the worst. The Asylum films.
Yes.
Which, when you do like Terminator Salvation came out, so they did Exterminators, and Jurassic World came out, they did Triassic World, and it's like that. It's just,
It is. It feels like this is the first initial sliced together version of a film to show people and the effects artists what they need to do.
Yeah.
Everything feels like it's a placeholder.
Yeah.
We'll get Jeffrey Dean to react when we do our reshoots. He's just there now for this. The demon is unoriginal. It's
City of Darkness Falls.
Yeah,
it's just so it's just a demon. It's a spirit, evil spirit entity with a porcelain mask. I've seen that a few times now.
Like you said, the CGI makes it look like I'm watching one of the early Resident Evil PlayStation 1 cutscenes when everything's so smooth and not textured. One of the worst scenes is where I think Jeffrey Dean's looking at some old archive newspapers to find out more information on the backstory. And he turns to the statue, and the statue is like starts to crack and crumble, and then coming out of the statue is the spirit. And he just gets up and stands up. And then a priest walks in and protects him by saying a prayer. And like you said, it's like he's just on the set. There's no change of camera angle. Jeffrey D. Morgan looks like he's treading a turd, but like it's his enemy's shoes that he's wearing, so he doesn't give a damn. And the priest just walks in and he's saying all this, but there's no emphasis on him. It's just shocking. It's really is poor.
My problem is a big problem I've had. They hired a professional contortionist to portray Mary, and to me it just feels like they did what they did with Thing prequel and the Wolfman, the recent Wolfman. Although I really like the recent Wolfman, is that you hire a talented artist to portray, or a makeup artist, to create these wonderful practical effects, and then just CG the shit out of them.
Yeah.
And it's completely unnecessary. I felt. I mean, Alice, girl who played Alice. I think is it Cricket Brown.
Great name.
Yeah, it's great, but she is good in it. I'll give her a due.
Yeah.
But the other priest who turns up with Carriolas, Diogo Morgado, I believe the actor's name is, Portuguese actor.
Yeah.
He's such a cunt.
Yes.
Isn't it? He's there. He basically is there so he investigates miracles. But what an arsehole. Well, he just comes across as there's nothing likable about him. In fact, even Carrie Elwes, he just comes across as a snobby cunt. And I just, again, there's no likable characters. William Sadler doesn't get enough to do, even though I love him to bits. And it's just a choppy mess of film.
Who's the second female?
Is it Jordana Brewster?
She's with Jeffrey D. Morgan, and she looks like she's never acted before in her life. And again, I put it down to direction, not quality of actor, but she just stands out so badly.
Yeah,
they all do. They're all the characters are either caricatures or bored or underdeveloped, undercooked. Yeah. A villain that Scooby Doo wouldn't be scared of.
Well, maybe maybe that's what they should have done. Maybe they should have done that. It's an episode of Scooby Doo. Yeah. It's not. Sorry, Jordana Brewster is in it. It's not the actress. I know you're talking about now. It's Katie Aselton. Yeah, it just. Oh, mate, it's such. I don't really want to go on about it. It's just a bad. It's such a meh film, and there's so many other great movies out there at the minute to go and watch. So I think I'll just go straight into recommendations because I don't. I can't recommend it.
To quote a philosopher of the recent times, ain't nobody got time for that.
Mate, do you have anything you want to add? Because it's just I don't want to waste any more energy on it.
Insert fart noise.
I will.
Piss poor. Just again, it's watch it out of curious. Like morbid curiosity, yeah. If you're curious, watch it. It's shit. It's unoriginal. But if I ever see George Costanza, who directed it, I'm going to give him a right mouthful.
Gonna give him a rap in the mouth. Oh, bless you. All right, well, thanks, guys. Sorry if you're looking forward to seeing it. Maybe whether it will deter you or not. But if you do take anything from our advice, just don't waste your time. Go and find something. There's so much better quality entertainment out there. And like I said, I didn't hate it outright, but I just felt like I'd seen it before. It was like a greatest hits compilation, but not the greatest hits. It's like I don't know. It's so yeah.
I'm gonna go and get a drink of bleach with my eyes. So I'll see you next time, Dan. I'll let you lead us out.
Yeah, all right, mate. Yeah. So whatever you think of it, guys, let us know in the comments. Give us a like and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. And come and join us over at Facebook at Bastards and Boomsticks, and join our community there. But yeah, thanks for your time, and we'll see you soon.